Take just one more step, and according to University of Tennessee folklore, you might not graduate on time. To many University of Tennessee softball players, Lee Stadium is a home away from home. While University of Tennessee students have mixed emotions over health care, the contraception debate takes the issue one step further. Tonight's performance begins in a matter of minutes and the crowd is packed. Remember, if you do come to the show, to dress warmly. The rink is cold. Whether they're families from the Pacific time zone or right here in Knoxville, this team's best time is when they're together. For ESPNU Campus Connection, I'm Anna Patterson. Tennessee is one of 32 states that offers early voting.
I think it's a good idea, and I think the people who came up with it and designed it thought that it would have the effect of getting more people to vote.
This is supposed to make voting more convenient. But University of Tennessee political science professor Dr. Anthony Noun says it doesn't seem to change much at the polls.
It doesn't seem to make much of a difference in voter turnout rates. It really doesn't seem to make much of a difference in who shows up.
He says early voting is simply more convenient for people who are already planning to vote.
Turnout has been about what we expected. We've had about 6,500 early voters after 7 days of early voting.
Because of this, Knox County Administrator of Elections Clifford Rogers says the numbers have been right on par. Although the numbers were expected, he says this will be a low turnout election for Democrats.
There's not a lot of interest in the Democratic primary. If you look at the Democratic ballot, there's only one name on their ballot, and that's President Barack Obama.
And for Republicans.
I'm hearing from a lot of folks that they're still taking the wait and see attitude, to wait and see if any of the Republican presidential candidates do or say something that might tip their vote, or to be sure that nobody else pulls out.
This wait and see attitude is the plan for many who are still trying to make up their mind. Many people are planning to wait until March 6th to vote, but Dr. Noun says with the primary totals being so close, every vote in Tennessee will count.
The race is very competitive, perhaps more competitive than most people thought it would be. This year, unlike some years, Tennessee's results will matter.
Reporting for UT Today, I'm Anna Patterson.
I'm a junior in marketing. I'm involved in Alpha Kappa Psi.
Hannah Berman is a busy girl. With no time to shop for groceries, she was introduced to Grocery Ball.
Actually, the lady that runs it, Judy Bryety, I'm friends with one of her daughters, and I've seen flyers around campus, and I just thought that I'll give it a try because with midterms coming up, I'm busy, so I figured why not have somebody else go to the grocery for me.
An online program created for students just like Hannah.
It's to provide a service to the UT students and the downtown businesses and the apartments downtown, the quarry trails, the woodlands, all those.
And for co-owners Vanita Williamson and Judy Bryety, the goal is simple.
Our goal is to help a lot of people.
And unlike other delivery sites, a delivery fee does not exist for Grocery Vol. But most items do have a markup.
It varies, I'd say, from at cost probably to about 20%.
Although items are marked up, Williamson and Bryety say money isn't the reason for delivery.
Groceries are a big deal to college kids because I think a lot of parents think that those residential dining halls are open at all times, and they're not. Kids today are sometimes eating dinner at 10 o'clock at night.
They tried to treat customers as they would want to be treated.
I delivered it to him and I said, well, you ordered salsa, but we didn't see any chips, so we threw in some chips. And he's like, oh, great, thanks. Yeah.
So far, 15 people have shopped on the site, but that number is far below Vanita Williamson's future goal.
2 years from now to be making maybe 10 deliveries a day.
For now, the ladies are just enjoying bringing students a little piece of home.
The dorms tend to be dark and dreary places. So I think, little pieces of home, and I think it means a lot to kids.
Although originally from Knoxville, Hannah Berman looks forward to her taste of home from Grocery Vol.
And it's great having two moms come to bring them to me too. Thank you. Have a good day.
Anna Patterson, UT Today. With graduation right around the corner, many students on University of Tennessee's campus are thinking about jobs. But this job hunt will come with a new twist. In addition to character questions and resume reviews, some companies will require a Facebook username and password. Students across campus feel this is an invasion of privacy.
The Bill of Rights is set there so that people are protected from the government doing this sort of things, and it's definitely a big intrusion on privacy.
A lot of people have two different sides to them, like a business side and a personal side, and I think it's better to just keep those separate.
And many students say they would not give out this information if asked.
No, I would not. If they asked me that to get a job, I would say, I'll see you later. I will look for a job somewhere else.
They're free to be friends with me and look at my page, but why do they need to do that? That just doesn't seem necessary to me.
And the students who would give out their login information are still confused why companies would need it.
I still think it's a little bit strange that they would want that, because it is kind of like I'm giving a part of myself to them. But ultimately, it's not as much of a factor for me.
As more businesses are requiring login information, legality is being questioned. Illinois and Maryland both have developing legislation to forbid the practice. But without legislation preventing the practice in Tennessee, career services consultant for the College of Communications, Elizabeth Pallardy, says interviewees have the right to say no.
But it does risk, if that's really required, or they're really wanting that, you may not get the position and have to face that. But beyond that, another option could be agreeing to log in, not giving them the password, but logging in and letting them look over your shoulder to kind of see that information.
She says there are a few uncommon items job searchers should be aware of on their Facebook.
What pages are you liking? What groups do you belong to? Are there affiliations on there? Employers also are looking at, just in general, how you interact with people and communication.
Any negative posting could hurt chances of being hired. Anna Patterson, UT Today. On top of tuition, lab fees, bills, and food, some UT students are still shelling out extra cash. Lindsay Neesmith explains how some students pay to perfect their crafts. Warlick's first step as head coach will be choosing her coaching staff, and then immediately she will begin recruiting. And in the political arena, sources say Rick Santorum has agreed to a face-to-face meeting with Mitt Romney. Santorum announced yesterday that he's suspending his Republican presidential campaign. His decision to drop out of the race came after he spent the holiday weekend evaluating his candidacy with his family, who was dealing with the latest hospitalization of his 3-year-old daughter, Bella. A senior Santorum source said that Bella being in the hospital was a major factor in the decision to bow out.